this project is not our project, but it's belong to everyone in this world. We are only the mediator who want to create the message and the media that to tell the people in this world to think what's happening about their life now and what is the core that they want to keep it, and look at the themselves, what is their root. If they get lost, please come back.
Just take a moment's pause, right? And take a look at people who still represent something that's inherent to human beings, or all living creatures for that matter. And we can just take a moment's pause just to think about the value of our heritages, the value of our cultures, the value of our ability and capacity to live in community and with one another, and I'll use the word regulated by our natural environment. I think that has a lot of value, a lot of potential.
Modernity. While its technologies and related lifestyles have encompassed developed world areas, there are people living in the developing world who are maintaining ethnically traditional lives while on the margins of capitalism. They use indigenous knowledge and live closely with nature and each other in ways we all once did. This is rapidly changing, however. Globalization and modern world culture is shifting centuries of learning and ancient knowledge aside. Ethnically traditional lifestyles are being dissolved, replaced with a homogenizing modern world culture.
With materialism, you start getting competition, social status, different things like that. So therefore your motives start to change of the things that you're doing, right?
Do you think it's easier to actually see ourselves when we look at the way they live here?
Whether we want to believe it or not, we're all subject to the natural world. And development through technology, in a sense, insulates and isolates us from the reality that we are all subject to the natural world. And these are people that we can still look, we can still observe, we can still see people that I think represent that baseline that we all human beings share.
I was very happy after moving from Burma to this village 37 years ago. We were one of 3 households living here at the time. It was very quiet. Life was good. I worked in the tea plantation. I lived simply, growing rice and collecting food from the forest. I didn't have to buy anything, just salt. Now I have to buy nearly everything, including vegetables. Villagers, for the most part, just don't live the Lahu way of life anymore. It's just not the same. everything feels different, except during the New Year's celebration. Many things are changing. People are becoming more selfish, thinking if they do things with others, that there will be less for themselves in the end. The cultural harmony isn't as it was. What will come of this village and the Lahu people? I don't know. I am not a god.
Ideally, I would love to see, envision or dream for the voices of these communities, the people that are in these different age ranges, the people that are in these different situations, to serve as a representative voice that can be communicated around the world to other places that are seeing and experiencing the same thing. This isn't a unique phenomenon here. This is happening all over the world. It's a context. To be able to see people in one context, in one cultural environment, in one part of the world, if we can take a look at the similarities that we all share, we break down all of these borders, all of these different ways that we divide one another through appearance, through everything. It just obliterates all of that. And hopefully has the power to allow us to percolate down to who are we as human beings? Who are we? What does this really mean for people? What does this mean for all of it? How do we all percolate down and just stop this madness and take a look at ourselves and the inherent beauty and nature that we all share with one another, really, as a global community.
You wonder why you get things like social stratification, why you get conflict, why you get drugs and other social issues, why you get these things. The root of that, I think it's because people are disconnected from what they inherently need. And that is a connection with our natural environment. It's a connection with each other. It's a connection, it's to feel a wholeness and a connection to the world in which we live. And I hope that this project has value in that sense. In the very least, being able to appreciate ourselves.
It's a value. It's a important message that we want to speak out loud for the people in this world, and we need like a support from each other. And I think we cannot do alone without any support from you.